Hello, everyone. Holmes at Home. Actually, we are live at Improve Canada, and this superstore, you could call it, that I happen to love, and we'll be talking more about that later.
Do you guys eat lunch? Is there a catered spread, or does everyone come with a lunchbox and a thermos? From Christina.
At work.
Yeah. Well, I usually always come kind of with a lunchbox and a thermos. During film days, we do sometimes have it catered in because we don't have the time to leave site. No one can go out and order lunch. We only have so much time to eat and go. And sometimes you're eating while you're working. I am a bit of a picky eater. I'm not picky. I love food, but I like healthy food. Oh yay! I love Newfoundland. My mom's from St. John's. Actually Bell Island. But sorry, I got distracted. I eat healthy.
We usually have lunch catered, so either someone from the company goes out and picks up the lunch, or we actually have someone bring in the lunch. And it's that way I keep everyone on set, because you know what it's like when everyone from the construction crew.
I would love to bring Callie to California.
Everyone from the construction crew, if they go out and eat, they tend to take too long. Then they need a couch to get back to work. It doesn't so. Keep people at work, we get right back to it again. I like to be efficient. Now, what is one of your favorite, let's call it, moments behind the scene that you can remember?
Oh my God.
Something funny.
There's so many. When we filmed, I'll just talk about Next Generation, which is actually one of my favorite shows to film. I love that show. And it was actually when you dropped a cabinet on your finger and broke your finger. So he breaks his finger and he's like, oh, I'm fine. His finger's like this big. And I was like, no, you need to go to a doctor. Like, get out of here. You can't really be doing demo with us with a broken hand. Like, what are you thinking? And so he took a toilet paper roll and I helped him tape it to his finger and he thought he was fine. Turns out he wasn't fine.
I was fine. It was totally fine. So we went black, blue, and then purple. It was kind of bruised. Now, I'll tell you how that worked. I was holding up, the camera's right on my left. I'm holding up the upper cabinet. I'm pulling out the last screw, and I turn, I think, to talk to Sherry, and the cabinet just came down and slammed me right on the countertop and caught my baby finger. So it was quite the little, we'll call it boo-boo, but the toilet paper roll worked. Now, years ago, I don't know if you know this, because—
how does it feel to be a grandfather again? You got to answer that one.
Well, let me tell you, between Wyatt, Emily, and now Callie, I couldn't be happier. I was afraid at first because it just says that I'm getting old, but I have to remember I started young. Callie is so beautiful.
Oh my God, she is.
And I want everyone to know it is Sherry. Callie is Sherry as a baby, because Callie can have that mean look, that attitude. No, I don't want that.
Yeah.
But she can smile like you can't imagine. That's really Sherry.
Callie's got some sass. Okay, favorite tool. I don't know if it's a hand tool, but my favorite hand tool to always have in my belt is my hammer. I love my hammer so much. I use it for everything. Things I probably shouldn't use a hammer for, but I feel like I'm going to rely on it for.
Well, you smash a lot of things.
Yes, I do. And then I'd probably say a reciprocating saw. I think you can use it.
Really?
Yeah.
Over a drill?
I feel like you can use it for anything. If I feel like cutting something, it's awesome.
Like I said, she likes to smash things, wreck things.
What are your favorite tools?
For me, it's the impact drill. It's got to be strapped to my side. The hammer's one, the drill's the other, and it's pretty much that simple. My eye's good for a level, so I don't really need to carry a level, but you know me, I'm a freak for that, and I will use a level. How many levels do I have?
Oh my God, who counts? He's got like a garage full of levels. How far in advance do you contact the people whose houses you work on? I see you doing this for another 20 years because you love it. Terry.
Oh, boy, another 20 years. Terry, another 20 years. I might need a vacation.
He doesn't know how to stop.
We've tried to make, we need to be set up. This is a hard world of production versus construction. When it comes to construction, it's easy to set everything up, including, all the trades and get it going, but no different than we need to get the permits and everything for the job site. Production is going to be the same. We're going to need to find the story, get it approved through the network, someone that we really want to help. I never do go to the house first. I have people that do that. They say pictures. I go through the pictures, and then I'll say, I need to see this, and I need to see a little more. Bit by bit, it gets set up. We shoot 2 at a time, possibly sometimes 3 at a time, and that's just to be as efficient as possible. The biggest problem with that is that we don't get a vacation.
Favorite job site location. I love the one at the cottage on the island.
I've heard so much about that cottage show. It freaks me out that everyone seemed to like that cottage show.
I wasn't on the construction crew for the cottage show. I think I did some PA work, and Otherwise, I came out and visit. I wasn't part of that one.
What's your favorite?
Okay, well, I'm obviously going to say my favorite's probably New Orleans. And the castle, Hyde Park. Building that castle was probably amazing. Like, I'm sorry, what girl doesn't want to build a castle? Like, it's amazing. I built a castle. It's also where I met my husband, which is really cool.
I was going to let you in on a little secret. That's where she met Blake. Yeah. See, I hired Blake. He was working with a framing crew, and they brought Blake in, and the two of them saw each other, and I think they kind of love at first sight. Next thing you know, I find out that they're together, and I hired this guy. It's like, oh, man, here we go again.
Dating in the workplace, marriage in the workplace. It is what it is.
And Blake has worked out to be absolutely incredible for the crew. Go ahead.
Did you ever go after the bad construction companies to show them what they messed up? How mad do you get?
Okay, so for me, it's always been, okay, I've heard people say, why don't you name them? Because they changed their names. It doesn't do anything. I'm trying to educate you.
Mine too.
There has been a couple of times that I actually drove to the contractor's place. One was on camera, it was on the show, and I was really upset, but I decided to not yell and scream and actually grab him by the back of his head and smack him one. It was about a conversation. Do you realize what you've done here? What are you going to do about it? Is it me that has to fix this? Do you care about these people?
Me too.
And in the long run, what ended up happening is that, no, they didn't really care. They did it again and again and again. So we started from that show, we started to set up with the government in an organization that we could send the bad people to these people, and they would go and see what they're doing wrong and whether or not they should go to jail.
I think it's tough too. Like, you don't get to see everything and things that go on behind the scenes. So when you do experience that and you see what a contractor actually does, a lot of the times I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe they just didn't know enough and they weren't educated enough. A lot of the times, unfortunately, that's not true with some of the jobs we work on. Mike, how old were you when you first started doing this type of work? When did you become interested?
Jen, my father was a jack of all trades, master of none. I didn't know that until I got older, and I didn't understand that statement. I was probably 3 years old when I started working beside him. I was, remember, there was no PlayStation, any of that crap when I was a kid. It was hammer screwdrivers. 6 years old, I rewired the whole second floor of the house. By the time I was 12, I finished my very first basement, electrical, plumbing, stairs, completely finished it, even with a bar. And then at 19, I was offered under contract for 2 years to run a very large construction company. And that was the beginning of the pro stage into doing houses, additions, you name it. And now that I'm 25, oh, wait a minute. I've been doing it for about 40 years. It's an awful long time.
It's fun. It's we have a lot of fun behind the scenes. All of us are friends outside of this, and that's why I think we all enjoy working together so much. Is because we enjoy the work, we enjoy play, we go out together afterwards, we hang out on weekends. I think everyone's fabulous, and even the camera crew. Like, we're all just a really close-knit family.
Well, it is. We have two families, my family and the crew. And the crew is not just all the contractors that work with us, but the production world. I mean, you never see the sound man, you never see the director.
You never age,
you never see,
apparently.
Wow, thank you, Rebecca.
Wow, Rebecca, that's very sweet.
Yes, I've been filming now for 20 years. So that's been on television, I think, 19 years.
We're almost at 20.
Almost 19 years on television. And we're going to be doing something big for the 20-year anniversary.
Are we?
Yes, we are.
Uh-oh.
Yes, we are. Something big for me.
Where can I find another one like you? Like who? Like me? You. I'm going to go with like me. I wish you were in Halifax. Halifax is beautiful.
Yes, we love Halifax. There's a lot of things. Mahone Island, Mahone Bay, Peggy's Cove. I loved it. I really did. I loved it there.
And you know what? I kind of miss traveling with COVID. I really do.
Remember, I said Sherry likes to travel.
What is the crazy thing you see? What is the crazy thing you see on the job? So I guess what's the craziest thing you've ever seen on a job site?
Wow. There are so many things that happen on the job site. So the craziest thing, everything is crazy. And we're going to show you a blooper video that you're really going to love. As I go back to, if we made a television show about all the funnies, you'd probably like it better. What do you think? Oh,
I laugh at everything. I need a Holmes hug. Oh. I think she meant from you, though. Mike, I've learned so much from you. You're an honest and hardworking guy.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. We do our best. Actually, we care. And that's the wonderful thing about everyone around us is that all the contractors care. My family cares. The production people care. As a matter of fact, no one is allowed in my company, to be honest with you, unless they actually care. And that's, I think, how everything works so wonderful.
I had a Sherry, how do you balance work and family life? I think I read it while you were speaking. But I do find that can be difficult because Callie is so young. Actually, she's getting older, so it's getting easier. But I came back to work 2 months postpartum, and I used to bring her on site, like not on the construction site, but to work with me. And it was a hard balance, but you figure out what works best. And what?
Has a former contractor ever showed up while you were fixing it in the filming? The answer is yes.
Yes.
We had a contractor drive up, and I couldn't believe the audacity of this guy because he says, "What are you doing here? I've already fixed this place. You're coming to do my work?" And I said to him, I said, "So you didn't do anything wrong? Is that correct? Like everything's perfect? You didn't screw the homeowner? You didn't screw up at all?" "No, I didn't." I says, "Well, you know what? You're going to have to watch the show because yes, you did. Everything you did was wrong. You didn't get permits. Did you want to come help me fix it?" And he said, "No." And he drove away. We've
also done a job with the original contractor who lived beside the house we were working on. We've had some of those have been interesting, and you just try to keep the peace and love watching and learning. You are real and caring. All involved seems to have your attitude. Yeah.
So I love this, that so many people get involved while we do these live Facebook. So here's a question for you, all you people out there. And in the southern states, all y'all.
Yes, I have worked with Brian from Renovation Island. So is he. Brian's amazing. He's so fun. Sorry, continue.
Yes. So here's the question. We are toying with the idea of going on a bigger scale of doing this every single week. And I want to know if that's what you'd like. We're going to keep filming and we're going to keep doing television. But this one-on-one thing, this information package that we can do, I want you to send me a whole bunch of notes. Should we do it or should I just stick to television? How's that?